Hello everybody, we are back with another episode of Stardew Valley. So when we last left off, we were in the midst of we just got our JoJo membership, so we are ready to sort of dig into what we can do with that. I don't know if you can do things one by one, or if you can sort of choose which ones you want to go with and go from there. We'll find out as we go. For now, let me go ahead and start our first day here. It may have been raining today. If so, that means that's less that I'm going to have to deal with. It sounds like it's raining outside. Okay. It's going to rain all day tomorrow as well. Which means that's another day that I don't really have to worry about watering everything. I'm going to make radish salad. He's asleep. There's probably a couple things we can grab. Are you done? No. You are. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and sell these. I think there was a reason I was holding on to this cauliflower. Yeah, we need to find Jody. I don't know if we'll get the eel, but we might as well start heading towards town, because the first order of business is I'm going to have to head on over to the Joja building. I'm going to have to figure out what we need to do and what money we need to do it, because we're now at the point where we have to kind of strategize what we get and when, because we got to get another upgrade to our bag. We need to upgrade our materials here, and we need to raise money to get the things that the Joja facilities will require. So it's all going to be very expensive. To do this, first of all, we gotta wait for that to open. I'm gonna head to the beach while we're waiting. Because I think what I'm gonna need is like a notebook page or something where I jot down what we need for what. I feel like it's 5,000 for upgrading the tools, but it's been so long I don't remember for sure. I have to be somewhat strategic in when I do those, because, you know, if I'm doing the watering can, I can't water any crops, so we're pretty locked in on that. So, what do we got here? We got a new week. It is Sunday, okay. I don't know how easy she will be to find during a rainy day. I mean, I believe we have 2 stars now. No, we have 3. Okay, so I could just go into a room. That's not where I wanted to go. I wanted to go in here. Specifically, I wanted to double check that. Okay, so first of all, let me jot this down. So, final bag upgrade is going to be 10,000. Obviously, we can't do that anywhere close to right now, but that is probably something we're going to want to do sooner than later, because the sooner we get that, the easier it will be to gather more stuff in which to raise money quicker. Now, next on the list I've got the Judge Community Development Form right here for you, sir. Care to take a look? Yes. Okay. So am I of the belief that we can do this in any order we want? So let me jot these prices down. So 40,000 G for the bus. 25,000 for the bridge. Which bridge is that? Is that just the one that goes into the quarry? 20,000 for panning. Uh, 15,000 for mine carts. And 35,000 for the greenhouse. Greenhouse is going to be very important to get because if I can get that, I can basically plant strawberries and then they just grow forever, essentially, as long as I'm watering them. Which if I make some watering devices, obviously I don't have to worry about that. Now the sprinklers I have right now, they're kind of just cross. We want to wait till we can get another level up in that. Because eventually you can make sprinklers that use refined quartz, I believe it is. And you can use that to sort of have a circle around it. You know, seeing as how it's raining right now, it makes the most sense to go here. Because it's either going to be that or fishing. Right, I did want to go, actually, up to earlier floors to try to find the ring that causes light. I don't know how likely we are to find it, but it's way too dark in there for me to really see what I'm doing. Which makes sort of trying to find the exit out of there far more difficult than it needs to be. I guess ideally what I'm looking for is a room full of crates, like you would usually see in like this sort of area where the floor is wooden. Because through that, I have a good shot of getting weapons and rings and whatnot to drop. I suppose I could also check the adventurer's little booth there, because I know he sells some items. And I'm eventually going to want a weapon from him as well, because my current weapon is not fantastic. I guess the other benefit of being down here is, in the earlier floors, is I have more chances to find copper, which I still need more of, I would imagine. And for the most part, it's relatively easy. Unfortunately, not seeing much to get excited about thus far. I mean, we're going to be leveling up our mining and everything, which will make some stuff later a bit easier. I mean, we're also sort of slowly leveling up combat, which will make other stuff easier as well. I forget what thing you need to level up in order to learn the sprinklers. I'd assume it's farming. Is that one we... Yeah, we've seen Dwarf Scroll 1. We need the other ones. I believe we need 4 of them before we can talk to the dwarf that's sort of off to the side, which we can't get to until I upgrade the pickaxe anyway. I know there's also killing X amount of slimes as a thing. So we haven't really investigated the adventurer's sort of base yet. There's likely some good things we can do there. But I mean, that's going to be grinding things out, obviously. Having pretty bad luck as far as finding crates. Usually you get at least one floor. I mean, here's good luck here. I'm getting low enough on energy that it might be prudent to just return to the surface, even though it's not too late. Well, there's one crate, it's not amazing. I do have a staircase out of here, though, so I don't feel like we have to retreat quite yet. I do have that seaweed if I need to boost up my energy, because I see more ore or something along those lines. Although we're kind of running out of strength to do anything at this point. Yeah, I might dip out then. As long as we get some stuff from leveling, I'll call that a win. Now, I do have some money. This will be a good chance to scout out what we need for stuff. Alright, so his best weapon, 814, 917. So the cutlass is gonna be 1,500. He does not sell the light ring, which is not ideal. So we are going to have to keep going until we find one, unfortunately. Yeah, we're ways off of that slimes. We might get the cave insects relatively soon. Yeah, that's definitely going to be a work in progress, I think. I mean, the other thing we can also do to raise money is obviously do fishing for a day rather than diving into the mines, as they can be worth a decent amount themselves. And I wouldn't say this particular trek into the mines was super valuable. I mean, we got a couple of things, but nothing that really jumps out at me as like, oh man, we're jumping right ahead. So we got 19 of those. I need to eventually break those as well. This is another thing I would want to save until we've got the greenhouse, probably. Although I don't believe they regen. I think we'll call that a day. Something happened. I think that was the achievement noise. Yeah, okay. That just means the cat's going to be selling hats now. Right, it's not going to be raining tomorrow, but we're kind of running out of crops. And it's getting late enough where it might not be worth planting anymore. Actually, hold on. Let me go ahead and grab a dandelion from our collection. I can swing by and drop that off at Haley. And that's the other thing I need to take some consideration into is eventually, in order to get married, I'm going to need to build up the house, which is going to be another cost. And I'm somewhat uncertain if it would be best to get the greenhouse first, or if it would be best to get the backpack first. I mean, the backpack's going to be cheaper. But I mean, if you compare the two price-wise, they're not that far off. Like I said before, you know, once I get the greenhouse, the strawberries will just be a constant source of money. And then once blueberries are for sale, we can sort of have them both alternating to try to make sure that, like, every day is another day that we're getting money. And if I want to make artisan stuff, I could make jams and the like. Hi. I'm curious if Jody is out and about while it's raining. But it's not in here, so let's swing by here first. The weather's too horrible to get out of bed. For me, thank you. Still on 3 hearts, but I think it'll take a little while before we get higher with her. I also don't know where to go to trigger her cutscenes either. I feel like we're just gonna stumble into those for the most part. I might as well check down here for some spring onions while I'm sort of in this general area. Don't know if we'll get much more than that, but every little bit helps. There's one more. See if she'll let me open the door. Somehow I doubt it. No, okay. Well, I guess we'll just have to wait till we happen to see her in town, which she's probably going to be the least likely person to run into or up there. The only thing I can think of that she comes into town for is the jazzercise thing. Sebastian wants a flounder. I mean, I'll take the quest just on the off chance we get one. But aside from that, do you happen to sell the light ring? I don't think you do. No. Fair enough. Now, what we might do, just because they're worth a decent amount of money, is we'll go to the beach and use my energy for the day fishing, essentially. So we got a pretty fair amount of space. And I was told that the fishing out here is better than the fishing inside your base, just because you still are likely to get trash items. Almost had it perfect. So we need to keep an eye out for a flounder, I believe it was. So I guess we'll go until we sort of run out of space. And then once we are low on space, any excess energy and stuff we have, I can always fish at the home base there. I honestly think it might be better to forgo getting the bag and just attempt to get up to the greenhouse as quickly as possible. Oh, well, there's new material. I feel like once we get the strawberries, we're going to get the money to get the new bag very quickly. And likewise, you know, any upgrades we'll need to get, we'll have funding for that as well. An ancient sword. I mean, it's another thing to give to Gunther. And we got bait. I might as well... I forget how you can attach this. Can you not? Maybe I need the upgraded one to actually use bait? Eh. Three more spots. I mean, if we can get something really good in a chest while fishing, that too will sort of pay for itself, so to speak. Herring? We also still have some leftover stuff around the farm that we need to, like, cut down as far as trees and the like. So I could also use any excess energy for that. It's debatable whether or not it's worth spending money on parsnip seeds just to try to build up farming a little bit further. Or if I should just be like, you know, we're close to the end of the season, cut my losses and move on. Because, I mean, parsnips will grow in 4 days, but will the jump in money be worth the effort? I think as a whole, the other stuff will just be better off. Yep, that'll do for now. We might be able to get to Gunther before we run out of time. I forget exactly what time the library closes. It might be 4. Nope, still open. Okay, cool. Well, then in that case, put that there. We got a new reward there. Use that to fill up that table. That's done. Let's collect our rewards. Starfruit seeds. Well, we can use that next season at least. Swing by the cafe, just on the off chance Jody happens to be there. I don't remember ever seeing her there, but there's bound to be at least once or twice that she's in there. And I do not see her, so I'm just gonna call it a day and head on back. Yeah, I really think I'm going to be stuck waiting for her to go to the jazzercise class, because I can't, on the top of my head, think of any time I really see her running around town, at least not in the spring. I don't think it'll be worth much, but I might as well give it away since I can't use it at the moment. Alright, now in the meantime, let's do some maintenance around the actual farm. I think we got the vast majority of stuff, but there's going to be excess stuff still, especially on this side. So the sooner we clean out everything but the bigger rocks and whatnot, the sooner we have less to worry about that. Also, I can plant these wild seeds on the off chance they grow into something I can sell later. If the season ends and they haven't grown, I got them out of grass, so who cares? Alright. That's mostly everything up here. I just gotta timber these specific trees here, and then I think I only have that little grassy area left to clear out. Aside from anything new that has grown in the meantime. But I am probably a way off of getting animals and whatnot on the farm. Because, I mean, right now I can't really justify the cost. Okay. Looks like that's all the stray stuff. All that's left is the cutting down of trees specifically. Might have enough to get one more tree, but it's going to be tight. Is there anything I have to boost my energy aside from that? I don't want to use that. I went a little bit closer than I would have liked. And if I'm lucky, I might have something to munch on inside here. I don't think I have much, though. Yeah, it does 0 energy. Is there anything I can make? Acorn, maple seed, pine cone. Okay, I can do that. Not what I wanted to do. Unfortunately, it doesn't get rid of the exhausted status. Which is unfortunate, although it'll give me enough of a space to plant these too, I guess. Alright, level 3 fishing. Got the crab pots and the dish of the sea now. Well, fishing was not as profitable as I would have liked. I was definitely hoping for a little bit more out of that. Ah, the flower dance is tomorrow. Don't recall if 3 stars is enough to get your date to dance with you. I'll have to check that. Dear JDP, it's been so long since I heard from you, dear. Things are much the same as ever back home. I miss you very much. Love, Mom. P.S. Found an envelope with some money Grandpa left for you. And we'll take $500. Dear JDP, tomorrow we're all getting together for the flower dance. If you can find a partner, you might even want to participate in the dance yourself. It's a little clearing beyond the floor, west of town where we hold the dance. We're up between 9 a.m. and 2 p.m. if you're interested. Alright, well... there's some stuff we can do to at least attempt to tip the odds more in my favor for that. Oh, I thought we were gonna have half energy today, but apparently that little boost I gave myself was just enough to prevent it. So hooray. That is gonna save me a lot of difficulty later when I'm actually trying to do stuff rather than just running around foraging. I should be keeping up to date on everybody's birthday, but I feel like I can do that one person at a time. So it is a lot to keep track of with, like, I don't know, something like 20 towns members without having guides open. I'm gonna mussel an oyster. 2 of these today, which is good. 1 of these. Ooh, another one. Okay. And that's enough. By the time we get back to Haley's house, it should just be about the time that we can get in to talk to her. So I want to give her her second gift now to attempt to push us into 4 hearts, just on the off chance it works. I wonder if any nice shells washed up on the beach this morning. Sadly, still 3 stars. But it might be enough. I don't remember offhand if it's 3, 4, 2, or what. I know it's technically doable to do it in the first year. Alright, well, fishing wasn't really what I was hoping for as far as money goes. So instead, we're going to go back to the mine. We're going to stick to the plan of trying to get the light ring. I remember being fairly common. We just had overall poor luck in the RNG of everything. Use that to try to level the field a bit so we don't have to use as much of our energy. Barrel early. Sadly just a geode, but it's a good sign. That was the second one. Whole lot of nothing, unfortunately. I mean, free wood isn't bad. We're gonna need all the wood we can find later. Unfortunately, it's kind of a dud as far as the crates are. Not even any cave carrots or anything like that. Areas like that, where there's sort of a textured background, has a high chance of having the wooden floor panels in front of it as well. But it's not looking good for us as far as finding what we need to find here. I don't know if there's any floors that are more likely to have it than others. It's not everything, because at least I got the shortcut staircase. Yeah, it looks like. At least we're getting swift trips down for this one. It's super bad luck we're not getting a single crate on any of those wooden floor areas. Usually there's like, I don't know, 7 or 8 of them. And that's enough to go down. Well, at least we can work on getting the bugs killed for their objective. Nope, swing and a miss for that floor. But at least we have been progressing quickly on this floor. Almost didn't see this one. I mean, you can never have too much of the copper, because even after you sort of moved on to the better ores, you still need copper bars for some other stuff, crafting-wise. Oh, well that worked out. I don't know if mining ore overall gives you more experience than mining rock or not. It would be nice if it did, because that would be worth a decent chunk right there. Do a quick pan around just to see if there's any of these. It seems like you're more likely to get items when they're clustered together. Like you find a warehouse or something like that. We're having pretty good luck as far as kill stairs popping up are. Kind of making us shoot down this place. Which, I mean, is good in one point. Bad in the point of, you know, we're not getting anything truly out of it. I'll ditch the sap. Sap is going to be relatively easy to come by. There's a lot of enemies here, which I noticed that pops up a lot when there's a lot of items to be found. I mean, that could just be a coincidence, of course, but I'm hoping luck will be in my favor. Sadly, it does not look like it. They might also drop from enemies. That I'm not sure about. I know I've gotten them, the light rings, fairly frequently in other runs. So I could see them being an enemy drop as well. Alright. This isn't going to be worth much money, so I don't mind chowing down on that. It's also not worth much energy, as it turns out. Yeah, I'm gonna have to dip out. Alright, well, hopefully we gained enough in experience to make that trip sort of worthwhile. Because I think for the most part, from here until we get the greenhouse, it's gonna be a lot of slow build-up of money, you know, gradually getting things set up. Because I want to get the greenhouse first, then I can start working towards everything else, because I won't have to worry so much about spending all my money if there's a semi-constant supply of it. Could save that for Abigail, but they'll be easy enough to come by later. Well, we don't have really enough energy to do anything else, so we'll just go ahead and progress the day. Sadly, no upgrades. But foraging is coming around. Now, what do I have to do to make the sprinklers I can currently make? So if I can set up some of them, it might be worth doing some other stuff. We can scythe that. I don't know how many of these plants are going to live long enough to actually be used, but so for this day, we're just, I mean, there's going to be an event, so there's no real point getting too involved with anything. So instead, I'm going to take advantage of the opportunity to just do some more tidying up around the farm. Because if I blow all my energy here before the dance, it doesn't really matter. And any trees that I would need to use a tapper on, I could plant sort of in the bus area. So I'm not too fussed about running out of trees to do that stuff with either. Hell, I could plant them anywhere. I could plant them on the sort of path leading to the train station. I don't think there's any negative fact for planting them outside of your farm. I think you can just do anything anywhere if you want. I mean, maybe crops deteriorate after a little while if they're not planting on the farm. I don't remember that per se. I mean, I'm sure that stuff like the fairy showing up and all that can only happen on your farm. But I think on the island thing, you can have another farm, so it would have to be set up so that it can potentially happen in both places, I would assume. Alright, there's no need to rush over to the dance. I'd rather use up the majority of my energy first. Going to be a lot of hardwood to collect once I actually upgrade my axe, which I feel like I need to upgrade it twice before I can actually get those. I don't have enough energy for you. I feel like that's a no. So we'll leave that for now. I'll finish that off later. I mean, the majority of the work is done on it, so it should go down pretty easily. Oops. What I am going to do, however, is I'm going to cook a few more of these. So I don't know how many we'll need for the next level up of the sprinklers, but I know we need a fair amount. So let's make our way down to the foresty area. We have to go down near the bottom, so what I could do... Oh. It just automatically puts you here. Okay, never mind. I was gonna go see if we had any spring onions growing in yet, but that's fine. Now, do you have anything important? Not really. Yeah, okay. Woo, I'm stuffed. Hey, have you tried the red jelly yet? I wonder if Emily would dance with me. I wish Pierre would spend this time with the family. Ah, the air smells so sweet with all these flowers. Are you going to be dancing today, JDP? These springtime dances can be traced back to ancient fertility rituals. Hi, JDP. Glad to see you here. I wore my best shirt for the dance. This sort of thing doesn't happen very often. I should have brought my fishing pole. Now this is the life, huh, kid? Sweet wine, a babbling brook, warm air. Hey, did I mention wine? Frog season is really starting to pick up. You know what? I admit it. I really like flowers. Ugh. I really hate dancing in front of everyone. It's so embarrassing. Excellent sauce. That's not fair. Why can't I be the flower queen? Someday I'm going to be the flower queen. I've been working on these floral arrangements for a week. Do you like them? Flowers. I can hardly see them. Well, should we start the dance now? Not yet. I'm just enjoying the scenery. I'm practicing my dance move. It needs to be perfect. I've been Flower Queen for the past 5 years, and I'm not ready to step off the throne just yet. Ew, no. Okay, so you need 4. Alright, fair enough. Marnie looks lovely today. Love is in the air, and I'm still single. Oh, hello there. It's nice of you to talk to me. Spring is almost over. What a shame. I like dancing, but this one is a little stilted. The old-timers really love it, though. I'm working up the courage to ask someone to dance with me. I'm nervous. Alright, well, want for this year, but that's fine. Let's go ahead and start the dance. I mean, maybe some of the girls are easier to get to dance with you than others. I would assume that Haley is somewhat difficult. Just call it a hunch. Although I think Abigail also requires about 4. And one could argue that, well, I guess she says she doesn't like to dance in front of everybody, so maybe you could argue she would be just as difficult. And that was fun. Time to go home. Might as well grab our bars and put them away for now. And that's sort of a dead night, all things considered. However, we did get farming up. That allows us bee house, which can get us honey. Speed grow, farmer's lunch. So not quite the next level of sprinkler. Alright, I forgot we farmed some stuff. Now, what do I need for making the bee houses? Because that could be a source of money in the meantime. Beautiful sunny day. We'll do one more day, I think, before we have to wrap up for this episode. Now we get one single potato. Make sure we pet him, as you have to be nice to the dog. Actually, you do physically have to be nice to the dog, because there is a, one of the things that your grandfather sort of keeps track of is how much the dog likes you. If you go out of your way to pet him every day, eventually you can max out his love. And I believe you need to get a certain amount of, you've done the thing points before the game will acknowledge you as winning the game. I mean, the game continues after you've won, but, Grandpa being laid to rest finally, happy with what you've done with his farm, is sort of the chronological ending of things. I feel like we should just head right to the mine, so we don't have much else to do currently. So now I'm sort of torn between planting the strawberries when I get a chance and just saying the hell with it, and holding them until we actually raise up the money for the other thing. It's going to be a bit of a time drop, though. Especially seeing as how the easiest way to get the money to get the other thing would be to plant these strawberries once summer starts. Can you go in here? Is there any point to going in here? Can't even see like a Jumino damning you at everything you've done to just destroy their village. It just... This playthrough feels so wrong, just not going with the community center run. Like, you really do kind of feel like a scumbag for doing this. But hey, there's an achievement to finishing the run, so, I mean... You gotta do it. You gotta get JoJo Employee of the Year or whatever it is. You won't feel good about it, but you have to do it. Here, while I'm passing by, you can have that. This is a great gift, thank you. He's really easy to befriend. All you have to do is just give him food, essentially. Let's go down to 5. We'll start there. As I'm hoping a couple of floors in might make it more likely to get those, just crate rooms. Of course, it might have a 0 effect on it, but without knowing for sure how everything is rolled, I just kind of wing it and hope for the best as far as these assumptions go. Area is overrun with monsters. I mean, not overly ideal, but at least if it is an item drop, we'll have a better shot of it. This will also help in building up our amount of slimes killed, because we need a ridiculous 1,000 for it. Okay. That wasn't too bad. It's not often I just see a ladder just out in the open. That'll save me the trip all the way down, I suppose. I wonder, like, when you have multiple ladders like that, do they all go down to the same floor, or does the floor get re-rolled depending on which ladder you've taken? And if so, like, is there a way to sort of manipulate what you find based on where the ladder is located in that previous floor? I know it'd be a hard thing to sort of figure out, but I mean, I've seen how speedrunners work, you know, somebody has sort of ironed this crap out. Alright. Oop. We do have to kill a bunch of crabs for that thing, too. No, we're not finding crates, but we are, once again, getting somewhat easy access to certain things. I think we've had topazes already, but I'll double check in a second. Yeah, okay. We do need to kill more of those, so it might be worth taking it out while I see it. Well, I don't see anything else. You could get more stuff in the sand. You can use your hoe to get under it. It's easier to do when you've got a stronger hoe, though. So then it can just take out a whole patch all at once. remember that ladder. A cherry bomb, that is probably valuable blah, 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 enough to put higher up there. I'll also take a free amethyst. Now we know we have the staircase, so no reason to waste energy hitting those rocks. This floor will probably have a staircase at the end, so again, no reason to really waste energy on the blocks. Okay, it's not all the way at the end, but there was a free staircase. I was correct in that assessment. There might even be a second one at the end here. Surprisingly, nothing in the minecart. There usually is. Always feels weird when there's this big sandy area and there's not a single one of the little mole guys that pop up. There's one, okay. There's two, actually. Alright, free yam. I don't know if stuff that's out of season gets more money or not. I don't remember there being a mechanic that takes that into account. But there might be, and I'm just not remembering it. Okay, another one of you guys. Now we're about to have insects, but I'm noping out of that. I say nay. Probably could have ditched the grass other than the sap, although it doesn't really matter. Okay, that was a good find. But before we commit to going down there... so to double check the area in case there is anything else of note. Although we're running out of time on the clock here as far as how long we can hang out down here. Now, I'm gonna call that a swing and a miss for that dive, unfortunately. I would rather have those, honestly. And I'm just gonna head back up at this point. Might have gotten combat level out of it, so it might not be a complete wash, but unfortunately not much else to get too excited about. Feels like all we can really do right now is alternate between the mine and fishing and hope that one of the two gets us something we need. I'm gonna ditch the rock to get this, because... Ah, damn it. We're running out of stuff. Yeah, I'll ditch the wood. Wood won't be too hard to come by, whereas, you know, being able to sell stuff now is going to help us move along. Yam can go, that can go, that can go, that can go. That's it. Okay. Normally I would sell the daffodils, but they're far too valuable in this particular rule set. Also, I'll keep the mixed seeds for the next season. A decent amount of money from mining, actually. Surprisingly so. Well, that puts us at about the 6,000 mark. And that's where we're going to say the end of this episode, I think. It's going to be sort of a work in progress, I think, to end up getting the money for the greenhouse there. But it feels like it's still the right way to go, just because, like I said, once we get it, we'll have an endless supply of money, essentially. We won't want for anything, because the strawberries will sort of keep us going throughout the entirety of everything. But anyway, I will see you next week for more of this, and hopefully maybe we'll get lucky and manage to get the money we need to get the greenhouse, or at least get very close to it. Until then, have a good one.